Hey, yo, what up? I am creating a newsletter business and I'm going to give you weekly updates, even if this thing shits the bed. We are on week 13. Let's get cracking. All right, so here we are on week 13. The open rate's about where we usually have it. Click-through rate's about usually where we have it. We hover anywhere between the 6 to 7%. Unsubscribers. The unsubscribers is about normal. Our spam was a little high. To have 4 people was just a little higher than normal given the amount of recipients on our newsletter here. All right, so let's get to the normal stuff here. The click map is where I love to go to look at the previous performance. If you don't know, I have a seasoning business. That seasoning business masquerades really as a business to get people on this newsletter. And this newsletter we're going to use to eventually grow it, monetize it, sell it, right? So I like the click map here. We use Beehive when we do this. And I like the click map because it tells me what's going down. I like to tell stories through the newsletter for people who are new here. And this story was, you can see the, top question right here. What would my life be like if I had a vagina? This week I asked myself that question. And it goes into a story about how this woman, his daughter, gets hit on when she goes to wash a car and how that never happens to him. So we have the story. People liked that they opened it at a normal percentage, right? Now, this is where it gets interesting. We're trying to see what the interaction's like with our 3 interesting articles. We have 14, 16, and 13 clicks. I think we can do better than this. This is a lot better than what it initially was. When I first started, guys, you go back to week, I think 1 or 2 when we did this, you would see, the single digits, if anything, with any of these. And so starting to get an idea of what people like. I think this one was a little bland, but now something we did that was interesting this week, though, was we monetized it this week. And what you'll see is here, click what Beehive does is they will send you ad opportunities. You kind of see this at the very bottom of my screen, the advertising opportunities. So what we did was last week we plugged it in and we started off with Morning Brew, and you can see we had about 6 clicks. These 6 clicks amounted to a whopping $7. I'm rich. Yes. Anyways, but hey, you got to start somewhere, and I'm trying to get a feel for how this goes. And hey, $7 is a lot better than nothing. But you got to start somewhere, right? So this is where we started. We started putting. I'm gonna start putting in sponsorships, and I'm gonna start tweaking that to see where it goes. And I'm moving into the area. Here's. Let me go ahead and land this plane. I'm moving into the area where I'm trying to monetize this better. I have an idea what happens from the content perspective. I'm gonna get better at figuring out what's happening with these 3 articles. I have some thoughts there, but we're gonna get into monetizing that. I'm gonna start testing that as well. And then you see, as normal, we had the clicks up here, had a few clicks here that amounted to about $7, and then most of the clicks happened on the article like usual. And then we had people unsubscribe. We also had some people right here who referred us. So let's look at what we're going to do next week. Give me a sec here. Next week, we're going to talk about a vagina beard. I jumped the gun in week 12. I thought I was sending this one out this week, which I'm not. I'm actually sending it out next week. But this one is about a vagina beard. It's going out on Mother's Day as I record this. It's going to be a pretty funny story. And what I anticipate is that it's going to offend people. And that's good because I'm wanting to get people, I want you on or off board with the way this newsletter is, the way it's going, the tone, the culture of it. Either you're going to like it or you're going to hate it, or you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. I want you to go either way. And so this email to me, I think, will be a bit polarizing, which is cool. But it's a story about how it's a Mother's Day story. And it's about how this mother goes into the pool locker room with her daughter. Her daughter sees her adult body, and her daughter says, "You know what? I want a vagina beard like mommy." Mommy says, "You might not be so excited when you get it." The kid flips their lid and starts yelling things like, "I want one now. I want a vagina beard now." The story is actually a lot better when you read it, but that's an idea of what's happening. And then I'm going to test going negative a little bit. I wanted to talk about grandmas and stuff like that because it's Mother's Day, but dealing with divorce after 60, I have an older demographic. So that's why this is about divorce after 60. But the main thing here is I'm going to start going a little more negative. And that sounds terrible. If look, man, I've tried the sunshine and rainbow stuff and people don't like it. It's like if you had a news channel that just talked about everything that was good happening in the world, guess what's going to happen to that news channel? Nobody's going to watch it. Everybody likes the drama. Okay, well then instead of me fighting that, let me go with it. I'm testing it a little bit right here, and then I'm going to go further into that if this works. But that's my test this week. Then I have another ad that I'm going to test to see if we can get some money here. And then we go into the recipe, the normal stuff. And so it'll be interesting. I expect us to have some unsubscribes next week. I expect to get a little bit of hate mail. I want to see how much money we make from this, which probably won't be a ton, but I want to see. Then we'll see if the drama works a little bit more. All right. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you next week. Peace.